do you assess someone, like you talk about a one-bedroom apartment, how do you assess someone living in a home where they have their one bedroom but they're sharing other things?
The total number of units. Like, so if it were a house, yeah, with 4 bedrooms, then it would be like a 4-bedroom house.
Okay, okay. Are those charts on the internet?
They are. I think the next slide or the one after that, it gives a link for DDD's Community Living Options website. And on that website, DDD's published rent standards are posted.
Okay.
It has everything on the website, actually. Anything that you could want to know or don't want to know about our program.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And then these are simply grounds for termination. This is also listed in our DDD rental subsidy agreement. It is very rarely that I terminate anyone receiving housing assistance. I think there's been like 2 circumstances in the past 3 years where that's occurred, so it's very rare. And then the last page is what I mentioned before about the Community Living Options website. And then there's my contact information as well. In case you think of any questions in the coming days or weeks, you can always email me. Yes? So the question was about live-in aids. So DDD, Housing Assistance Program, we do not administer housing vouchers for anyone who is requesting a live-in aid. What we do is we have Department of Community Affairs. That's how the request for a live-in aid go through that. They make the eligibility determination, and if they approve it, they will administer the housing voucher for a 2-bedroom unit for the individual and their services and their staff to live. No one at DDD is involved with selecting the staff, and no one at Department of Community Affairs is involved with selecting the staff. They do, however, conduct a background check and verify employment history. DCA does that as part of the application process. But as far as like selecting a staff, that would be up to the IDT, parents, anyone who was involved to identify a person for that role.
What about supervision? You know, like the state always checks medical,
When you say the state checks, do you mean like in a licensed setting? That is not something that would occur in a live-in aid living arrangement. So the reason that oversight is set up that way is because the setting is licensed. If it's not licensed, it's not going to be somebody from the state coming in to review medical records or check appointments and make sure everything has been done. It would really be up to, I believe the support coordinator does do visits in those situations, and they might review certain things, but I don't even think their oversight is as intense.
Courtney, I had a question. If someone was interested in the live-in aid, would it be the same housing voucher application, even though it's going to DCA?
No, it would not. Just reach out to me. Whoever is in need of that, reach out to me, and I can provide the application along with the live-in aid requirements.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Courtney, what is HAP and then W-9?
W-9 form is for the landlord to sign for the housing payments. The HAP is the Housing Assistance Payment Contract, and that is something that the landlord signs. It's an agreement between the landlord and the SHC.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I think I've ended. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, we saw it. Okay, this will be our last speaker before lunch, because I'm getting hungry. I'm sure everybody else is also. Maria Gatewood is Assistant Director and Business Developer for ENABLE, a supportive employment agency. They're a division of FedCap, an international nonprofit that works to get jobs for people with parents to employment, partners to employment. Sorry about that. Give me 1 second, we have a technical difficulty, but we'll get going. Come on.
Okay, well, while they're doing this, good afternoon, and I will be quick because I don't want a hangry crowd. So I hate being the person that presents right before or right after lunch. But my name again is Maria Gatewood. I work for ENABLE. We are a supported employment agency. We are we are a division of FedCap. FedCap is a international nonprofit that was actually started by 3 gentlemen in 1935, 3 gentlemen with disabilities who could not find jobs during the Depression. And so they started the Federation for Disabled, and I cannot remember the last of it, I'm sorry, but an agency that they were the first and only agency created by people with disabilities to support people with disabilities to get employment. And so ENABLE was a private agency that was started in 1987 and was acquired by FedCap about 3 years ago. So we have an amazing agency in New Jersey, and we have amazing support agency that is an international agency. In New Jersey. So ENABLE supports all of North Jersey. We support Warren, Sussex, Morris, Bergen County, Essex County, Hudson County, Middlesex County, Union, or soon to be Middlesex County, Union, and soon to be in hopefully Gloucester and Burlington County. We really do strive to be recognized as the premier employment agency in New Jersey. We work very hard for our clients and for with the industries within New Jersey to make sure that our clients get the best employment opportunities possible. Okay. We really do encourage and empower individuals to reach their employment goals, no matter what their ability. We do this through placement services, we do this through job coaches, we do this through hiring the best employees. Our employees have a very good longevity with ENABLE. I'm very happy to say that we have very little turnover, so when we know that we go out and support families, you usually are with that person for a very long time. We work very much with educational institutions, and we work with industry, and we have a great network of employers throughout New Jersey. So So we do job advocacy, job development, job coaching. We also run the warehouses in Amazon, in Avenel, in Teterboro, and Logan Township. At those facilities, we have on-site job coaches that work full-time with Amazon. We also have a simulation center that we run for Amazon so that the people that work with Amazon are trained properly. But we also work with, as I said, all industries. And one of the things that ENABLE does, and one thing that I'm particularly involved with, is really working with the business community and working with all the chambers of commerce throughout the areas, working with the workforce development boards, and not just making the connections for our clients, but really educating employers on what it means to hire people with disabilities and barriers. And we do a number of workshops that with employers, and definitely do quite a lot of advocacy for folks with disabilities to work and get fair jobs. We also, some of the other things we do, we do job coaching. All of our staff work out in the field, so we go to where it's comfortable for you. We do on and off-site job coaching for our clients. We have replacement services, long-term follow-along services. We also do a number of high school programs where we work with the special needs community in getting them job readiness training. We do a program that has 8 weeks of job readiness and then 10 weeks of internships, and I'm very pleased to say that the large majority of our interns that we place do get hired full-time by our employers. A few things that we are working on or have recently added was much more business development. We are currently working on our community-based work evaluations for Warren, Sussex, and Morris County, our transition service for high schools, and we have recently been approved to do summer internships for high schools. So no matter the age of your family member, we can be involved with them in a number of ways. In 2018, we did 152 job placements. Of those, only 30 were with Amazon because it is a very physical job, but we also like to really get folks out when we really do work very hard to meet their employment goals. So we place very frequently within industry. You know, we want to make sure that your family members that get to do what they want to do, and we work with them individually to meet those goals. Here's a question.
Does someone get you through their support coordinator, or are you open for anyone to come and work with you?
We go through DVRS and DDD.
I was just gonna ask how you differ from DVR. Okay.
Mhm.
You're part of DVR.
We are not part of DVR. They are referred to us from DVR.
Got it.
And then we work with them individually.
Maria, I didn't realize that you work with DDD also. I thought you would just
No, we work
funded by
with,
DVRS.
nope, we work with DDD too. We also work with the CBI.
With DDD, you're eligible for supported employment or career planning, or
Yes. Mhm.
I didn't know.
Yep.
You were saying you work with high school, so if I have a child that's classified,
Mhm.
would I go, how does that work with the children?
So we do different programs in high schools,
Go through the school?
depending on where it is. So this is something that actually just started this year, and it has been extraordinarily successful. I can't brag enough about our pre-ets and our high school programs because they really have just taken off unbelievably. But we have done them in Morristown, we've done them in Sparta High School. We are waiting to get approved for Bergen County because Bergen County wants to work with us very much with their program because of the success we've had. We worked in Boonton. So if you have, and this summer we'll be working with Orange High School in Essex County. So if there's something that you're interested in, and you want us to talk with your high school, we're more than happy to go in because the programs, I can't even say, they are so well run. The kids get the job readiness and they write resumes, they create business cards. They must go through 3 networking events, which are just phenomenal, and mock interviews. But networking events are real networking events. We bring professionals in from the outside. They have to shake hands, they have to talk about what they want to do. I mean, it really gets them ready for the outside, and then we place them into internships that we pay for. And they get paid $10 an hour. They work between 10 and 20 hours a week. And again, we try really hard to place them even in those internships. Where do they want to work and where their interests lie? Because that's where they're going to excel. And so, like I said, we usually have at least 50% of our interns that get hired from the companies, by the companies, because they're so pleased with what they're doing.
How do you handle a person you placed a person in the job, they seem to be stable in the job, and then you find out that there's, say, a conflict with a manager, or something's going wrong in your personal relationship on the job. How do you handle it?
So we don't place you and leave you. We place you, we follow along with you throughout that. So when there are things like that, we will either work with the new hiring manager, that does happen a lot, or we will work with you to, if it's really a big conflict and you're unhappy, and you want to move, we will do another job search with you. It just depends. Ideally, we'd like to work the conflict, but also, we also encourage people to grow and not just always stay within the same place. If you feel you've been there a long time and your aspirations are higher, we will work with you to meet those higher aspirations. Back?
I have 2 more questions.
Sure.
You mentioned internships, so are those internships paid? If no,